Hello, everyone! In this final video of the Workplan series, we'll go through Outcome 4.0, Digital Business Training and BDS Support, offered to youth-led MSMEs, and Output 5.0, Project Management. Let's start with Outcome 4.0. There are four main outputs under this outcome. Output 4.1, Recruitment of Youth Peers, rows 70 to 73, covers how youth peers are identified, prepared, and registered for the program key activities. Include preparing training resources and learning devices, mobilizing youth peers through community and HO networks, conducting Youth Peer Day 0 for orientation, completing youth peer registration and business assessments. Across the May-October 2026 timeline, you'll see X marks showing when these activities should take place. Here's how to read the columns. Deliverables, milestones. For example, training materials and devices prepared. Or YPs mobilized and sensitized. Targets of this round shows the percentage of youth peers expected to participate, usually 70%. Responsibility, led by YLOs or YSOs. Completion dates. Most activities finish by May to June 2026. You have to always check the completion date and abide by it. Data source for verification. Training packs, procurement records, mobilization reports, attendance lists. Please check the sources required to verify the completion of each activity. Resources required. Each activity requires different resources to be completed. For example, devices, curriculum, and budget are required to complete Activity 4.1.1 to prepare training resources. Budget code. Output 4.1 links to MCFGB. Individual Ben 5.6. Youth Peer Connectivity. Once YPs are recruited, they begin training in digital business and empowerment, as listed in Output 4.2. Activities here include delivering YP training and consultations, implementing business development services, BDS, coaching sessions, conducting youth peer graduation sessions. Across the July-November 2026 timeline, you'll see X marks showing when these activities should take place. Here's how to read the columns. Deliverables, milestones, like training sessions delivered, BDS activities completed, or graduation held. Check the deliverables of each activity. Targets of this round: youth entrepreneurs trained, or 3 BDS activities completed. As usual, check the target of each activity. Responsibility, YLOs and YSOs, lead completion dates. These activities are expected to be completed by July 15, 2026. Data source for verification. Training attendance sheets, business plan submissions, evaluation forms. Please check the sources required to verify the completion of each activity. Resources required: venues, trainers, certificates, event budgets. Please check the required resources to complete each activity successfully. Budget code. Activity 4.2.1. Deliver training and consultations links to MCFGB. Individual BANE 5.7. Youth peer child care costs. Now, let's move to Output 4.3 engagement sessions with family members. There are 3 engagement sessions, each aligned with a different YP cohort. The first engagement session with family members and community members to establish enabling mindsets and support youth economic empowerment journey. This session takes place in May 2026. The second engagement session reinforces awareness on youth economic empowerment, SRHR, and family support. This session takes place in August 2026. The third engagement session consolidates knowledge and encourages long-term family and community support to YPs' businesses and career paths. This session takes place in October 2026. Here's how to read the columns: deliverables, milestones, sessions delivered, and community members sensitized. Targets: 1 community session delivered per cohort. Responsibility: YLO or YSO led. Completion dates: May 27, 2026 for Cohort 1, August 4th, 2026 for Cohort 2, and October 12th, 2026 for Cohort 3. Data source: attendance lists, photos, and session reports. Resources required: venue, facilitation guides and refreshment. Budget code. This output links to MCFGB, Event 3.10, Information Sessions for Participant Family. The final part of Outcome 4.0 connects youth peers to market opportunities and funding. There are 2 outputs here. Output 4.4, linkages to BDS providers. Organize networking and linkage events to connect youth peers with business development service providers for technical support, mentorship, and market linkages. At least 3 BDS linkage events are hosted per cohort by November 2026. Event reports, attendance lists, feedback forms, MOUs, or commitments from BDS providers are required for verification in venue, logistics budget, communication materials, BDS provider invitations, and the resources required to complete the activities. Budget code. This output is linked to MCFGB, Event 3.7, Youth Peer Business Development Service and Financing Linkage Events. Output 4.5-Seed Award, rows 84 to 92. This covers the entire Seed Award process, from orientation to fund disbursement. Activities include briefing youth leaders on the key components of the Seed Award program, supporting youth peers group formation and applications, reviewing and selecting YP winning groups, communicating the outcomes of the seed funding applications to all youth peers who applied, and gathering payment details for fund disbursement. Across the June 2026 till March 2027 timeline, you'll see X marks showing when these activities should take place. Here's how to read the columns: deliverables, milestones, like Seed Award briefing delivered to youth leaders and peers, functional YP groups established, or YP applications submitted. Check the deliverables of each activity. Targets of this round: 3 groups established. As usual, check the target of each activity. Responsibility: YLOs, YSOS, and YLAs lead. Completion dates. Please check the completion date of each activity, data source for verification. Briefing notes, attendance lists, application database, or submission records. Please check the sources required to verify the completion of each activity, resources required, briefing materials, facilitation time, or Seed Award briefs. Please check the required resources to complete each activity successfully. Budget code. The Seed Award is to be disbursed by DOT. Finally, let's look at Output 5.0, which focuses on project oversight, reporting, and evaluation. There are 2 key activities here. 5.1, preparing the project monitoring plan. 5.2, implementing the project monitoring plan across the June-November 2026 timeline. You'll see X marks showing when these activities should take place. Here's how to read the columns: deliverables, milestones, Include approved M&E plan and regular monitoring reports, activity tracking, and progress updates. Targets of this round: 1 M and E plan developed and 4 monitoring reports submitted. Responsibility: Y, LO, or YS OLED. Completion dates: June 30th, 2026 for Activity 5.1 and November 16th, 2026 for Activity 5.2. Data source for verification: activity reports and M&E documentation. Please check the sources required to verify the completion of each activity. Resources required: M&E staff time and technical support. Please check the required resources to complete each activity successfully. Budget code. This output links to MCFGB, Individual Bene 5.2, Youth-Led and Serving Organization M&E activities. And that's it for today's video on Outcome 4.0 and Output 5.0, Digital Business Training, BDS support, and project management. Thank you for following along. You've now completed the full work plan video series for the detailed YLO/YSO work plan.